Why, hello everyone. Tonight, we got Mr. E, aka Mister1030, here, with the co-host, Kazuto Kiri. Thank you guys so much for joining me.
Oh man, thanks for having me, bro. It's my pleasure. My pleasure.
Yeah, I know we've booked an episode prior and then things has happened in the community, which gave me a chance to take a break, so
Yeah,
I'm glad.
well, I'm glad to hear you, man. Glad you're back. Glad everything's, you're back to doing what you're doing. So,
Yep.
one foot in front of the other, buddy.
Yep. Well, let's get right into this. So, first question. Again, I'm talking about how you got into Destiny. So, first question is, what made you get inside of Destiny 2?
All right. So, me personally, I started Destiny actually because of Google Stadia's platform. I hadn't had a system that could play Destiny 2. The last system I had prior to Stadia was probably the Switch, and before that it had to be like a Xbox 360. I think I gave those to my kids. So Stadia brought me back into gaming. Stadia gave me Destiny for free. Gave me Destiny 2 Beyond Light for free. So it gave me a chance to get into it and see what everybody was talking about. And once I got into it, started to appreciate the lore, appreciate the advancements, the grind as it is. I just fell in love, man. So that was just something I love to do.
Okay. Kazuto Kiri, how did you get inside of Destiny 2? Or
Destiny in general would be going back to Destiny 1 days. The problem is I never actually had anyone to get me into it. I just found the game and started playing it. At the time, for some reason, I had the game for free. I guess back then, I don't even remember what got me fully into it, especially since I didn't have much of DLC back then. The only DLCs I can play back then was one DLC, and that was Closed End DLC, and that's it.
I know what got me into Destiny 2 was actually, as what we've been talking about, is my brother. My brother was playing it inside of Destiny 1 when the beta, I don't remember if it was the beta or alpha, I think I was back into that. And he was able to get me into it, and I've just been in love ever since. Been through it for its ups and downs, and so here we are. So, next question. Let's start with what's currently in game, then we'll go in the back. What do you guys really enjoy about the season? What was something you guys enjoyed from the season? Mister1030.
Go with me. I actually liked Arc 3.0. I liked Arc 3, so I liked advancing the Arc feature with the pirate ship. I mean, the story was,
We're in season of the Sarah season with Rasputin.
Oh, Sarah.
Have you not played it?
No, not deeply. No, is that the one with the cats, the pirate ship, correct?
No, we're in Rasputin, regarding Rasputin.
Oh, with the war mind. No, I started to grind it and stopped. I have work, I have kids, so my grind comes and goes.
Yeah. So let's talk about what did you like from Season of the Plunder.
Okay, so there we go. So I like the community aspect. I like running the pirate ship raid. It was kind of cool the first time. The second time, after like 3 weeks of doing it, you get tired of running the same thing. But I liked, like I said, Arc 3.0. I liked upgrading my electricity. I like bringing my hunter into Arc fold. That was enjoyable. That was fun. That was amusing to see what the hunter could do with it, how quick I could move, how Arc flowed through me essentially. So I appreciated that, and that was about it so far. The story was okay. I mean, it could have did more after it was the witch queen. It could have built off of that. Like I think that could have went on longer instead of introducing all these low aspects, but that's neither here nor there. That's what I enjoyed, Arc 3.0.
Okay. Kazuto Kiri, what is something that you really enjoyed from this season? Season of the Sarah. Let's start with that one.
I have to say right now, which I'm actually glad they're going to return at some point, Archie, the little puppy dog. Yeah, there's a robot puppy dog. You haven't got to the point where you have it yet, I'm guessing. But
No, I haven't. That seems cool. That seems kind of something to look forward to.
Yep.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, he goes away in 20 days.
He added it specifically with this season, and the only way to get it is you have to destroy all the little security drones using the Revision Zero exotic. Once you destroy all 50, you go into the exotic mission, and there's a door that you can open now that you can go through. Once you get to the end of that room, you get to select the dog, and he will be forever in the helm of the map. But they are going to be removing it at the end of the season. But I also heard they're going to be returning him again in the future, which I'm excited for.
The season after Lightfall, for those that are listening and were confused. He comes back in season 21, so he goes away for season 20 to recharge his batteries, and then stays at the tower for life.
Nice.
Me and Doctor here instead of calling him Archie, like from
Rick. We call him Rick, not Archie.
Rick. Yeah, we call him Rick, based off of a robot from a Power Ranger series we grew up with called RPD. Emergency.
SPD.
SPD. Yep, there we go. SPD. We were basically, me and Dr. Sarah, the Power Rangers, and SPD had an exact dog that looks exactly like Archie from this season. So we decided to name him Rick.
Nice.
Yeah, and I'm going to actually bring this up. Season of the Haunted. Start with the last 3 seasons, basically. What I felt about Season of the Haunted, this is my honest thoughts, is that I felt it was a really good season. It had its downsides. It did get a little boring doing the Castellum over and over again. I really enjoyed the levy back. I missed it. I missed it with all my heart. I missed the raid. I missed that whole raid layer, all the raid layers. It was fun. But to grind that activity just seemed really faint. Because it's like, you do 3 phases and you're done. It's like, what was the creativity about it? So that's how I thought about the downside of it. I enjoyed the weapons. Oh my god, I love my Callus mini tool. Now that I got it crafted recently and fully leveled, it's really fun. I really did enjoy the season. Of course, that has downsides, but I enjoyed the season. It was a really good season, I thought. So, as we're getting down to this, I wanted to bring this up. What were some of your thoughts on the end of the season storyline for Season of the Plunder, Mister1030?
So I thought it was a little bit of a let. It was a little bit of a letdown for me. It wasn't after coming off of the season prior. It was a bit slower. It was a bit more, more methodical. It wasn't as fast paced as I was hoping for. It wasn't as quick to get through. You know what I mean? It was more of a grind, and the grind wasn't extremely interesting. It didn't keep my attention. I mean, Castellum, like you said, Castellum got boring. It got kind of boring toward the middle. The end story, it ended okay. I'm more excited for Lightfall than I'm satisfied with the ending. How about that? If that's a good way to put it. I don't know if that describes it, but it was slightly, a bit of a letdown. I expected something big to happen prior to Lightfall. And maybe, like I said, I haven't finished the Warmind season, so maybe it is something big that's yet to happen. I haven't met Rick. Maybe that's my big thing. But the season prior, it was a bit of a letdown for me.
Okay. Yeah, Kazuto Kiri, what do you think is something that you feel was a. What are your thoughts on the end of the season of the Sarah as of right now, as we don't have a lot of the information?
Yes, because they haven't released the final part yet. True.
We're going to get that on the episode. We're going to talk about that a little bit of the later episode.
Yeah.
Don't jump the gun.
So, I know. So, in my opinion, what they've done with it so far is very interesting, especially since we found out about the idea that Rasputin was designed to destroy the Traveler when it was first created. But if it wasn't for Anna Bright, we wouldn't have the Traveler to this day. So I was actually impressed by that. It's thanks to the original self before she became a guardian, before she even died. That Rasputin is the way he is to this day.
I think Season of the Haunted, how they ended Season of the Haunted was a little bit of a letdown. There was like nothing leading up into Season of the Plundered. It was just didn't really make sense, and I didn't really think it was a really good end of the storyline. So, we're, according to Bungie, the last 2 weeks of the season, we're supposed to be getting a secret mission. And unfortunately, Mister1030, you won't be able to play it right now as it releases tomorrow.
Yeah, no way.
No. Yeah. But Kazuto Kiri, I know we talk about this a lot in the party when we're gaming together, but what do you think the secret mission is going to entail?
It's already been released. I've already seen a clip of someone specifically talking about how Benji leaked it themselves, about a specific protocol that will literally put out war mines to stop the Traveler from leaving Earth.
Okay.
A specific protocol. And that's what I'm guessing the mission's going to be about, because after seeing the video, I believe that they weren't meaning to do so.
Yeah. Well, I think the secret mission is going to entail the final wrap-up of the season and bring us into Lightfall. I don't think it's going to be... I think there's going to be a closing, as... Is Rasputin just supposed to be an Exo with no legs? Or is he going to get the Exo legs? He's going to become a Guardian, because back in D1 there was a mission where we were to go save Rasputin and he was a Guardian. So that's what I want to know. And I think the secret mission is going to close out those questions. Well, Mister1030, what do you think we're going to find out? How do you think we're going to find out about Neo Numa? So, Lightfall Destination. How do you think we're going to find out about that place?
How do I think we're going to find out? From what I'm listening to, from Rasputin creating war mines to stop the Traveler from leaving, I think the Traveler is going to leave us, and we're going to travel as far as we can to see if we can find some answers as to where the Traveler went. It's going to lead us to Mercury. It's going to lead us to the planet, the last planet.
Hey, Kazuto, Kiri, how do you think we're going to find out about Neo Numa?
1030 has a good point on things. We could be heading out, but there could be also us trying to find more planets out there at some point to try to find help against the darkness. Because at this point, we don't have the weapons and the technology to fight some of the darkness, especially one of them specifically, the Queen of Wars herself, Zia Varath. We don't have the ability to fight her right now. So my thinking is that at some point we try to find either need somewhere out there to fight the darkness.
Okay.
And that's what I guess there.
I think we're going to find out about Neo Numa from Rasputin, and here's why. Because Rasputin, on the secret mission, one of the secret missions, they had you go get that secret archive that Anna didn't know about, and Rasputin kept the secret. What happens if Rasputin knew Neo Numa the whole time, trust us fully because he hasn't gave us access to his network to access war mines and stuff, and he kept secrets from Anna about his past. So what I'm thinking is, that Rasputin is finally going to tell us all his secrets. And that's how we're going to find Nia Numa. Well, I wanted to ask this one for Mister1030, as this is something that you mentioned earlier. Now that Stadia has now officially closed its doors, what do you play on Destiny 2-wise?
I currently am using NVIDIA's GeForce Now. Okay. It works fairly well. I would say the output, as far as cloud gaming goes, is actually better than Stadia's output. Stadia was more convenient and easier to use. It took some layers to get it working, but yeah, GeForce Now is definitely where I'm playing at. I mean, I could hit 120 frames per second on this thing in the cloud. That's crazy to me, coming from not having a PC that can run it.
Well, I know, so since we're talking about platforms, what platform do you play your Destiny 2 on? For the viewers.
Me, personally?
Kazuto Kiri.
Oh, me. Kazuto, okay.
Well, I played console because I wasn't that much into PC than myself. I was more console player from the beginning. I played console and everything I own technically. Well, close to everything, because some of it is mobile and some of it is on the Nintendo stuff and usually Nintendo is actually considered console, but
Okay. As you guys know, viewers that are probably listening, I play on PC and Xbox. So that I definitely can hear both sides of that argument. PC does have a little bit better load times and frames. Xbox has its issues. I'm not going to fully fledge. I'm not going to fully brag on one or another. I'm just speaking the truth here. Next question. So far in the game, Mister1030, what is your favorite memory from Destiny 2? Your favorite memory of the game so far?
Of the entire game so far.
Of what you played.
Damn, that's a good question. Man, I would have to say it would probably be running the Night Queen mission. Just the mission in standard all the way through. Visiting the towers, the Witch Queen. I said the Night Queen. The Witch Queen. Running all the missions through. Finding her, destroying her, killing her. That had to be probably some of the most fun I've had with it. Because it was cohesive. It led up to a point and it ended. If every season started, it ended like that. It's a nice big baddie to fight, a nice boss to fight, a nice culmination of a season. That's what I mean. If they would have taken it and extended it, spread it out, put some missions in between it to make the Witch Queen last the full season, maybe I'd have been tired of it. Maybe it would have made it better. But that was my most fun.
Okay. Kazuto Kiri, what is your favorite memory from Destiny?
oh, that is from Destiny in general or just Destiny 2?
Destiny 2.
Okay. And I have to say Leviathan. When Leviathan was raid back then, I actually loved giving Leviathan raid. I had more completions on that raid than any other raid on my list. I loved going back in there. That's how I met Doctor most of the time. We've always gained every single day when it came to Leviathan raid. We had completion after completion after completion, helping people through it.
Yeah, I'm gonna say my favorite memory is when you and I finally beat it. After 6 weeks of trying. You remember how many times we were trying a week? And how many times you threw? ended up being like 6 weeks before we did it, 6 resets. And having that completion after day 1 was just really misses. I'm running for cup. That was my favorite memory. Next question. This one, let's start with Mister1030. Did you make any lifetime friends? Have you met anyone you considered to be a lifelong friend from Destiny?
Destiny, playing the game itself, no. But the fact that I played and I watch others play, I follow the others I watch, and I grew in the community on Stadia from that game, yes. You see me? Playing Destiny purely, no. I've yet to run with someone or made a lifelong friend running with someone specifically in the game.
Curious.
Yes.
Did you make any lifetime friends from Destiny 2?
Other than yourself.
Anyone, I'll name people that you think are going to be lifetime friends from Destiny.
Well, lifetime friends, no. Other than you, no. Basically, you're probably the only one that has kept that is a true Destiny player that is actually friends with me. And one is because the only other person that would have been a lifetime friend decided to do a lot of different things. And you remember him, so
Names
let's
people.
bring it Dr. Rain.
Yeah, Dr. Rain, I still remember those a few days, guys. Well, I have people. I have Kazuto, which is Kazuto Kiri, Moors, and Zelfer. Those are the 3 people. One of them is here in the game. Moors is unfortunately, I think he's doing something right now. And Cairo is another good friend of mine. He's going to be on the episode someday. And then I had my co-host, Zelfer, who unfortunately doesn't like to podcast very much. So those are a couple people that I'm really made from Destiny. Mister1030, let's get into the next question, starting with you. What is your favorite aspect of Destiny? The lore, the weapons, the in-game stuff? What is it?
10:30. You there?
Actually, let's start with you, Kaz, since he might be handling something.
What was the question again?
What is your most favorite aspect of Destiny? Is it the lore? What is your favorite aspect? The lore, the guns, the storyline? What is your favorite aspect of Destiny?
Well, originally, it was the storyline. After hearing a bunch of lore of how stupid some of the characters are or how powerful they used to be to this day, I would have to go with lore. Especially with the lore I just heard about recently. I was talking to a ghost saying, what if we could just fight the darkness with the dawning? Think about throwing freaking snowballs all the time at the fucking darkness, trying to.
Yeah, definitely know that feeling. Well, Mister1030 is a little AFK handling some stuff, as it seems like. My favorite aspect of Destiny, of course, is the storyline, the weapons. If I had to choose one, it's the lore. I love the lore. It is the best thing ever. I know, Kaz. Is the lore. I really enjoy how the community all pitches together. And when it comes down to lore, like the new Collector's Edition, unfortunately, I have not received one yet. I don't know what's happening. People have been getting theirs early. And I'm really excited for that. It was a really, really great Collector's Edition. We know more about Callus, the Exo Stranger. It's going to make it a really good thing. So, I'm going to come back to this question. Kazuto Kiri, while Mister1030 is trying to get his phone back, what do you think? Actually, let's rephrase this. What do you miss from the content vault inside of Destiny Complete? Destiny 1 to Destiny 2. What do you miss the most from the content vault?
Oh, God. Destiny 1 I don't remember too much about, especially since I didn't have much back
Then let's straighten the question. What do you miss?
Yeah, that's what I'm trying to say is, I guess, I do miss some things. The only thing right now I miss at the moment that I can remember would be the weapon rate. But a lot of people have already requested that the next type of thing that's going to be returning was rapid machine. Even though I think that we should be returning some more stuff that doesn't have a repeat over repeat of the same type of enemies. When literally, as far as I know, Vex are the only ones that have two raids, not counting Talus's two type of raid, three type of raids. Hopefully that's one raid. I could say a solo Viking raid and a counterpart that is one raid. But that's fine.
Maybe they just make it 15 encounters and they merge all of them. When you beat Callus, you teleport to the next boss fight. And so on. They made it something like that with Last Wish. So maybe they make it the giant-ass raid and combined. Imagine, for one of the things, is that they merge all the raids together from the beginning to end, and you just start teleporting and beating all the foes of the darkness.
Oh, that would be awesome just to go back into each of the 3 raids that were part of Leviathan.
Yeah, it's just, you go right back in time, you fight the darkness. Like, the darkness reanimated these raids, and you have to get it all back.
First, the Leviathan defeating the Callus robot, then going to the Crown of Sorrows to defeat that one, and then going into the Stars raid. Those were great raids. I miss them.
Yeah. What is, if you had to bring back one weapon that was sunsetted, what do you think you would bring back?
Ooh. Now, when it comes to separating weapons, I don't really care about too many weapons. Especially since I don't remember D1 type weapons. The only gun I have that I love so much is Dalahorn. I use it on a constant basis. So really, I don't have a gun.
Okay. Well, speaking of that, I really miss my Mountaintop and Recluse. I miss the Mountaintop and Recluse. I cannot stress that enough. I really miss those. It's one of my favorite weapons. I really miss the Mountaintop and Recluse. This is like fun, using the Recluse. I still try to bring it out the season and use a little bit of the season prior and stuff. So, well, while Mister1030 is handling, since his phone died, let me ask this. In your thoughts, Kaz, what is your biggest issue in Destiny that needs to be fixed?
Biggest issue in Destiny that needs to be fixed would be, in my opinion, the issues with these hackers getting worse and worse. Yes, the content might be great. It is bad sometimes, but those usually get fixed in the end, always. But the hackers are getting worse and worse to the point where it looks like some of them are even streaming the hacking. We've already seen one already.
I've seen it. He's referred it to me. Perceptions made a video on it. And it's that. Something I feel like is a big issue that needs to be fixed is Gambit. Yes, I really hate Gambit with a passion. It needs to be fixed. There's a lot of issues. I would be at this point. Take away Gambit. Just get rid of it. I don't want to hear a word about Gambit. Shut it down. Take it away and give us our SRL back, Sparrow Racing League. That is a thing that I miss the most about Destiny 2. And I really want them to bring back SRL because Gambit has its issues. And I feel like that's the best thing to do.
The problem with that, if they do bring that back, you know they're going to put a ban on using Always on Time because of them not being able to fix the glitch on it.
Yeah, I don't think that's going to happen. What do you think?
I'm not banned from using it in general. I'm talking about banned from using it in that game mode. Either that or fix the problem with it. Because they're not going to make it so that during a competition type situation, they would have a arrow that has been glitched for a while that they could have fixed or could have blocked is about to be used something that some people can't even get a hold of.
Next question. Because we're getting down to the wire, I always ask this, how do you feel about the bait of all fools given out to people with a disability? When that person was given the bait of all fools, how did you feel to know that's a one-of-a-kind gun?
Oh, I'm not pissed about it. They brought out something that's supposed to be its exact replica, Jade Rapids. I'm really not too pissed off.
Yeah.
It was actually fair to the guy, so I don't really care.
I thought it was a really good thing. It showed Bungie on where they want to go, that they actually listen to their community. And I really thought it was really cool. Well, next question. I'm going to switch the order. What are you looking forward to most for Lightfall? What is the most thing that you're really excited for in terms of Lightfall?
I have to go with Trend. Being able to no longer have to try to glitch my way into getting across the map. Because without the Titans have their ability to use Thunder Crash to get across the map, Trend will be my new ability, which I'm happy for. So
I would like the record, for those that are listening, Kazuto Kiri is a Warlock main. He does not play Titan or Hunter, besides one day he has played Hunter. I've been trying to get him to play other classes, but he downright hates them. And with this, and he has a hard time taking off Well of Warlock. Well, he has a really hard time. He prefers to run Well. So it'll be nice to see him running Strand. What I'm looking forward most to for Lightfall is I'm looking forward to Strand, and I'm looking forward of clapping Callus's and the witnesses' cheeks. I'm looking forward to gonna go kill Callus, considering of all the times he has wronged us. Time for vengeance. They said we were the chosen one to kill the witness. And go kill that witness. Well, let's get into the final question. Unfortunately, at this moment, Mister1030 is having some issues with his phone. So, unfortunately, he won't be able to join for the remainder of the episode. Which is why you guys haven't heard him. Final question of the night. What are your thoughts on the ban process for Destiny? Do you think it's too easy, too hard, and do you think when someone is banned, let's start with, do you think it's too easy or too hard for people to be banned?
I haven't seen someone get banned, and I haven't looked up how long it happens or seen it happen. So I have no idea on that.
Okay, my thoughts on the ban process, it's a little hard for people to get banned. Certain people, like content creators, are not held to the same standard. They are held to different standards. And it's a little harder to see to get them banned for their mistakes. It's really hard. And Kazuto theory, do you think when someone is banned, that they should be, that the community should know why they're banned? Like, let's say someone is banned for hacking or cheating. Do you think they should know?
Well, that depends on the situation. If it's someone like important on thing, it's already going to be admitted to their stream. So that would be understandable. But when it comes to someone that no one knows about or stuff that doesn't make sense for them banning, there might be a reason behind the banning, and sometimes the community does need to know, but other times they don't. It's more depending on the situation rather than the idea.
Okay, I really think we're gonna have some issues. I really think Bungie should make a thing where people should know why people are banned. It should be like what they do on an automated tweet to let people know why they're banned. Because if something is going on, we will know, oh, hey, this is going on, we need to, this person was banned for, like, cheating. This guy was banned for cheating, so we're gonna let the community know. Like, there should be a way of communication rather than just having certain people have this. Well, that's all the questions for tonight. I wanted to thank those that are listening over on Spotify, if it's Twitch, Spotify, anywhere our podcast is found. I want to thank you guys for listening. I wanted to thank Mister1030 for stopping by, and I will be DMing him later on. I wanted to thank him for stopping by, and as our normal thing, what we do is that we normally I'll let you guys promote your channel here. Basically tell you where these people that are listening can find you. Mister1030 can be found over on Twitter at Mister10, can be found over on Twitter at Ralph Haley 10 or Mister1030, as you guys know. Kazuto Kiri, where can these people that are listening find you?
You can find me either on my Twitch, which is Creeperkiller92, or you can find me at my Twitter, which really doesn't have anything on it, but you can find me on it, which is just my name, Sean, at Sean Jowers. SeanJowers.
And you can find all things Destiny. A_T_D_podcast over on Twitter. Or you can even check me out, my actual Twitch account, Arcstorm2, Arc_Storm2 on all platforms. And you guys can check me out there. You can check out all things Destiny over on Twitter and on Twitch. Thank you guys so much for listening, and have a great night.